Yeah. Thank you for waiting. A situation happened. And yeah, a situation happened. But I'm here and I apologize for that. So I'm just trying to count. Did I bring the paper over here? Oh, I have wrote down. Shit. I'll be back, y'all. I am so sorry. Okay. I apologize. I wrote down. Nah, something happened, and then I had got a phone call, and it was a situation where, like, the story is what the story is. Like, it wasn't a way to make the story short. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be in my live stream, but so City Lips Beauty Oil. We're going to be doing another 19. We're going to be doing another 210 trend look. And this one, Rihanna did this look as well. And this is a smoky look. We are going to use the Dream palette, Natasha Denona's Dream palette. Not my Dream palette. I need to be nice. And so what I did was I looked at the picture last night. Excuse me, because I didn't want to set up my laptop for that. And I wrote down what colors looked like they were wearing. So that's what I had went to go get because it was on my desk. So I'm gonna do the intro. Excuse me. We're gonna get started. I just guzzled some water. So Bruce is gonna be like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I didn't brush my hair today. Looking at my hair. Do the intro. Hey, Alexandria. Did I? No, I don't see her. Let me toggle. So thank you for reminding me to toggle and put it on all messages. We are going to do a live Saturday at 2 p.m. I think I'll be okay because I do usually wake up around that time, but I do usually go back to sleep. There's a collab for Creative Art with Heart that is due by the 1st. And so I'm like, ugh. And I have forgot about it. And so we're going to do that Saturday at 2 o'clock. And we were able to choose between different elements. And so we're going to do smudge, we're going to do smoke, and we're going to do red and some glitter, I believe. So that one will be a fun one. I'm glad today is not a complex one because I'm just like, girl, get your life together. So we're going to do the brows and I'll do the intro. I brought my scissors from in the bathroom. These are the ones that I use. Ooh, why'd you do that? These are the ones I use to trim my brows. And so you see that they're angled. And so I'll brush them down and cut under here. And then I'll brush them up and I'll cut whatever's hanging up here. So these are perfect for me. For the they're already curved. And I know for this one, there's been this one long hair that wants to hang out. Thank you y'all for being here. I didn't think anybody, well, you know what? I did think that Grace was going to be here because she always comes early. But yeah, she texts me and I'm like, I'm still on the call. It is just a few. So this is what I'll do. I'll brush them up and I'll just trim like right across the top edge. So this is how I trim my brows. This is what I do. Very easy. And so whenever I'm here and I'm doing my brows and I notice, okay, there's long hairs, I'm like, okay, tonight or this morning when I do my skincare and all of that, I will trim the brows. But I kept forgetting. And then I sit here and I'm like, girl, trim your brows. And so this is how I do that. And so I never need like wax, brow wax or anything like that because I keep them tamed. And so they're not really going to move too much, if at all. But I do know, like back in the day, my brows was bushy as hell. But, yeah. Oh, it's warm in here. Hey, Janet. I do have my tank top thing on under here. So I'm going to take this shirt off because it actually got cool in here earlier and I was surprised. And so I put this shirt on top of it. And so this is how I keep my brows tamed. So it's sort of like my hair. Whichever way it goes is going to look the same, like once they're trimmed. And so this side has nothing hanging. All right. So I don't remember to put those back in the bathroom. So we're going to YouTube. I am not flashing. I have on a shirt under here. Oh my gosh. What station is that? We're doing the intro, aren't we? On Tubi. If you have Tubi, which is free, Creed, Creed 2, and Creed 3 are all on Tubi. And I think for like 3 more days. And so I'm gonna watch like one a day while I'm having my dinner. Because I really did enjoy those. Sometimes Tubi has like little hokey stuff, but sometimes they have like really good movies. Well, what I think are really good movies. And I did really enjoy Creed. I need to see if I have them. I might have. I don't know. That's something I need to go see if I have them all. So how are y'all doing today? We still ain't do the intro. Hello again and welcome to any new people. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? The crazy. It's been a crazy day. The crazy is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool, a certain technique, or a certain brand because that's what they're telling you in whatever video you're watching. I'm here to let you know. And my troll family is here to let you know. Just wear whatever you want to wear with whatever tools, whatever techniques, and just rock it. Here we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. Oh, hey. Hi, Marilyn. I do have a beginner's playlist. Like if you go to my YouTube page and you click playlist, it'll show you a long list of playlists I have. And I do have one specifically for like beginners and how to. I do still tend to explain some of what I'm doing in a regular video. But if you want something with more, I don't want to say instruction, but more of like why I do what I do, I think that would be a good playlist for you to watch. And I do refer quite a few people there. Even in my day-to-day life, when they're like, oh, I like your makeup. I wish I could learn how to do that. And I'm like, well, here's my YouTube. And I have a beginner's playlist. And so if you do watch it, I hope that it is helpful to you. And along those lines, just also, like if you have a different face shape than mine or different eye shape than mine, then some things I do may not work for you. So that's important to know as well. Because when I first started, I was like, why mine don't look like that? Because I wasn't thinking about all the other stuff. But it's been quite a journey for me. I started wearing makeup back in 2007. Yeah, 2007. And I learned from what they call YouTube University, watching people here on YouTube. But nobody was saying your face shape, your undertone, your eye shape. Nobody was saying like that would make a difference. It was just, you got to do this if you want this look. And my looks was nothing like most of what I was seeing. And I didn't understand it. I thought it was something wrong with me. And it's like, no, your face is different. So I do hope that that helps, that little tidbit. Dion is a pro. Thank you, Tanya. This side is darker than this side. I'm not going to do too much with it because I'm already late. So the last two things about me and for the intro is I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. And there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat who likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch. I try to be aware of him to say, excuse me. It's even for a troll. Like, that's bad behavior. And I did just guzzle a bunch of water before I signed on. But, this has been a day. It's something ironic, y'all. I turned on my the portable unit that they gave me for AC. And then I had one fan on in my bedroom. Yes, it did release today, so I'm looking out for videos, but what's today? Thursday? Friday? Whatever day it is, probably by Monday we'll start to see like a whole bunch of videos of people that ordered it early access and blah 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 blah. And so I do want to hear Morgan Turner's video because she usually also does comparisons and it's very helpful. She loves nude and neutral shadows. So she's like, I'm definitely going to get it. She's like, do we need it? No. Am I going to get it? Yeah. And so I am looking forward to her because she is going to do comparisons with Glam, you know, them other ones, Bronze, all of that. As of right now, I do still want it, but the no buy, which is great because I cannot make an impulse purchase without talking to my accountability partner. I did make a purchase this morning. I saw, well, actually, I asked in the live last night about dotting tools, and one of you has said, this is the City Beauty Brightening Eye Cream. One of you has said, look for tools for nail art, which is what I saw. That set of 8, or was it 10? And so I was chatting with my accountability partner, Natasha, Denona High Glam NY11, and I purchased it. I did purchase it. So we went back and forth, talked about it. So I did purchase it. And so, y'all, that's like my 5th exemption. And so I'm like a third through the number of exemptions we allowed ourselves to have. So I'm just like, girl, you still got like how many months? Like 7 more months to just go by. So I am excited to get those, and those were from on Etsy. I don't know whether or not she got over on me because I saw the listing and it said stainless steel for the set, and they were $13.50. Y'all know I hate paying for shipping. Y'all know I hate paying for shipping, and I don't use the word hate often because it is a strong word. I freaking hate paying for shipping. So they were $13.50. Shipping was $5. And from that seller, you needed to spend like $40. I'm like, I'm not spending, no, I'm just buying this one set. And then I saw that she had another set that was $12.50. So I'm like, oh, well, let me get that one. So then when I ordered it, I realized it said aluminum, whereas the other one said stainless steel. But this is why I'm wondering if she got over on me, because, well, it's only $1, but still. So I messaged her like right away, and I said, I just noticed that the set I purchased says aluminum, and it's $1 cheaper than the one that says stainless steel. Like, can you swap them out for me to send me the stainless steel? And so she wrote me back. She was like, sure, I can swap them out. She says, if you do want to send another $1 through Venmo or Cash App, I wouldn't deny it, but I'm not asking you to send it. But if you do, I won't deny it. So, I sent her the $1. But why I was wondering like if she got over on me is because both of those listings, same exact pictures. It was like 8 pictures, same exact pictures for all of them, and the write-up was the same except one said aluminum and the other one said stainless steel. So I'm like, okay, are these really the same? Is this the same set? You know what I'm saying? Because they look exactly the same. She used the same exact pictures, and so like I don't know, but. So $13.50 and then $5 for shipping, $18.50. One pump of the Natasha Denona Luminizing Hydrating Something Foundation, shade 335. So those will be on the way because I really do want to do some dotting. That look that I saw is still on my mind, y'all. And I saw another look and it was so pretty. Real Techniques brush number 200. The 210 is what we used for our under eye area with the concealer. I still didn't wash brushes from that last look. It's been kind of, I don't want to say strange. I've just been tired, but then it was that hormonal time. So, but what I was going to say earlier that was ironic was I have not used that portable unit they gave me. So we're back down to like the upper 70s during the day, and it does get cooler at night. And we did have rain again a couple days that did cool things off. But last night, well, this morning when I went to sleep, I turned the portable on in my bedroom because I was a little warm, and I did have one fan on. And then I'm like, wait a minute, you got 2 other fans in here, and they're all strategically placed. You know what I mean? So like the fan, the air, it goes where it needs to go. And I was feeling really cool. I said, girl, turn that damn portable off. So I turned it off, and I was still just as cool with the 3 fans. And so I just think it's ironic that they gave me the portable. I have not used it yet, except that first day for a few hours when they brought it over here, because then the next day is when we had storms, and then the temperature broke. I have not used it not one time since that first day. except for like the 30 minutes last night. And so, yeah. I don't know what that was. We're going to be using Deep Level 9 from House Labs with our Sigma F43 brush. I didn't powder down. Y'all. So I'm so happy about not using the AC. I'm still waiting for them to bring the unit. Hopefully it'll be here next week. But I think this week oh, a lot of powder. I didn't plug in that fan over there. This week is supposed to just stay in the 70s. And so I may not need to use the portable. Except sitting here because in front of these lights gets warm. This is the Fashion Fair powder. It's called Set It Loose powder. The shade I use is Truly Tawny. Yeah, I be seeing it puff up when I be watching it back, but when I'm doing it, I don't be paying attention to it. But when I'm watching it live, I'm like, oh, all that powder in the air. All that powder in the air. And so, yeah, so we're going to be using that palette again today. I'm excited about Saturday's look. I'm hoping I don't feel like too low energy. But I do usually go right back to sleep. But so I'm like, okay, I'll wake up, and if I get sleepy afterwards, then I will go to sleep. Go back to sleep. That place, that Jamaican place main dish that I had said that we weren't going to go to again because we did both like their oxtails a lot. And their other dishes. Everything we had from there we liked. But the last time we had got oxtails, they were tiny and very fatty. Tiny meaning like this, when before they were like this. And they were very fatty. So we were like picking through it, trying to get around the fat. And it just was not enjoyable to eat. So we were like, okay, we ain't going back there no more. But then we went to that other place where I told you she threw hers away. She just straight threw it in the trash. It was horrible. So I had an appointment at the VA hospital yesterday, which is why we weren't here. This is Deep Level 9 from House Labs, F43. And I said, I'm going to go again. And just see. And so I said, I'm going to order the oxtails again too, and just see if they're better. And I'm like, this is taking a chance, because last time they were horrible. And so when I ordered them, I said, I want to get oxtails, but are they the little ones or the big ones? She said, they're the big ones. And I kind of looked at her. I said, they used to be big ones. And then last time I got them, they were the small ones. She's like, no, they're the big ones. I said, okay. So I did order the oxtail. Y'all, they were so good. So I'm glad I tried again. I'm glad I went back, and I'm glad that I ordered the oxtails. And I told my neighbor, I said, they have redeemed themselves. The oxtails was good. It was good. It's good. So I'll be back there again. Then we're going to take medium level 7 from House Labs. The foundation and powder are really great menstrual complexion. Yeah, but then I'm going to start looking olivey for whatever reason. I'm just like, I don't know what. And I know I've always said my forehead and my chin leans a little olive, but like lately, my whole face has been looking kind of green. And I don't know who it was the other day when I was saying, is it me or do I look more olive lately? And one of you said that you always thought that I was olive undertone. And so I'm like, okay, so it's not just me tripping. Okay, I'm going to plug this fan on over here. I'll be right back. Ugh. Don't leave me. Don't leave me like that. Okay. All right, I'm not going to turn it on yet, though, but let's just have it there plugged in. Yeah, but I just started noticing it more lately, and I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know what's happening. We're going to use Lavender Blonde and Pomelo Peach. What's my note say? Y'all, we were supposed to use... Let me put these away. We were supposed to use the Blend Bunny. And the reason we were supposed to use the Blend Bunny is because how I say, to me, it looks like a sunset-y type cheek situation. That's how her cheek situation looked. And so I'm just so used to pulling out House Labs. But maybe I'm learning. Yeah, olive undertone. But only certain parts of my face. Like here leans neutral. But my forehead and chin lean olive. But overall, I'm golden. So it's like all these things going on. We're going to take this blush right here from Blend Bunny. Yeah. And I felt validated. I was watching Denona. This was years ago. She was doing... Oh my gosh, this is pretty. This is pretty. And she asked the audience, she said, what are her undertones? And somebody said warm, somebody said olive, somebody said, you know, a little red. She said, all of you are right. I felt so validated because there was this thing where like you only have one undertone. And so I felt validated. And I didn't feel crazy saying that I have like more than one undertone throughout, you know, my face. And so definitely warm leaning, definitely. That's why I said overall warm. I probably said overall golden. I'm not golden though. Overall warm, but my forehead and my chin lean olive and my cheeks lean neutral. But overall warm. And so it's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, definitely warm leaning for sure. I would say the warm is the base because it's everything. Like even if you look at, you know, my shoulders, my neck, everything. But then when you pick apart my face, that's where it's like, what? We're going to take this shade right here, and we're going to actually use the highlighter brush for that. And we're going to put this right here. Yeah, so I felt very validated because people would be looking at me like, excuse me, what? And so, yeah. And she was saying people of color tend to have more variations of undertone than someone not. And we know for POCs, like our complexions range from fairest to fair to the deepest dark. And so it's just like a lot of stuff going on. We're going to take this shade here with the brush we used for the blush. And we're going to pop this over this whole cheek situation. That's pretty. Pretty. I remember when I first started doing makeup, you know, I was saying that I was warm leaning olive, and because people were like, da, 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 I'm like, you know what, let me just take that off because I just got tired of hearing shit. But then it turns out that I knew what I was talking about, and that's our motto. Just, you know, just do you, boo boo. But yeah, so that was that. We're going to take raw amber from House Labs. And we're going to put this all over. I'm going to turn this fan on. I was trying to wait. I love that it has a remote. And we're going to put raw amber all over the face. Because she did have like a overall bronzy type look to her face. And so I'm like, you know what, raw amber. And usually I don't put this all over my face. Because it can make me toasty. Oh, every picture I've seen of her, though, she is just a beautiful person. We're gonna close that up. We're gonna take a clean brush. Yeah, let's take a clean brush, and we're gonna take House Labs Luminous Light because I'm gonna put this under eye because the center of her face was highlighted, and so we're just gonna do here like where people usually highlight, but we're also gonna put it under our eyes too. And I know I'm not going to look like her. I do know that for sure. But just trying to have the elements that she had to her look. Okay, so that's that. Alrighty. For our inner rims, lower lash line, we're going to be using, Marilyn says, yes, I'm very fair. I get foundation from Clinique. Yeah. Yep. This is their Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner, and it is shade Smoking Topaz. So she had a black inner rims and lower lash line. My eye area does not tolerate black liners, and so the closest I can get to that is this dark brown. And so anytime something is a black, for inner rims, lower lash line, I go for this one because it's my darkest eyeliner. I know some people put gel liner, but this is a gel pencil. But I know some people use like Inglot liner or other potted liners, the melt potted liners. They'll put those in their waterline. I just can't imagine that. I just can't imagine. Because sometimes when I do this, I can feel it graze my eyeball. And it doesn't hurt because it's soft. But I can't imagine like using a brush and putting like a gel there because am I really going to be able to stay on the line? Because sometimes with the pencil, I don't stay on the line. And so I have not ever tried it. But I do know that people do that. And so, but that's me. So we're gonna do underneath, lower lash line. I'm trying to remember if she had it all the way in. I don't know, but let's take it all the way in. Her shape was rounded, so we're not going to wing it out. We're going, I did take, where did I didn't take it out. I make a Forever brush, this little stubby brush, and we're going to smudge this liner. And you'll notice I'm doing one eye at a time down here because this does dry down. You do have some play time. Oh, that's nice. I should do this more often. Sometimes I will put liner under here, a pencil liner, and then just blend it out like now and leave it. And I put color on it, but am I going to put color on it? Where did my notes say? Huh. I don't know. It is new. It is new. We're going to do that or not. So we're going for a smoky look today. One of the 2010 trends. But honestly, I think a smoky look was always the trend. Except like when you go back to like the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Because we did those looks and none of them, I don't remember being smoky. So we're going to take that brush again. And I'm going to blend out this line. I'm trying to be gentle because y'all see my wonderful wrinkles and bags under here. So I am going lightly with the brush. I'm excited, y'all. I have some more gifting coming from brands. Y'all, listen. One is perfume. And I was like, they only have 3. And they said I could pick 2. And so I was looking at what they were described as. Like, one is like warm vanilla. I do like the scent of vanilla because I was trying to think too of the candles that I have. And I usually like something with a light fruity type scent. Not anything like overly citrusy. So hopefully I will like them. And I have more skincare coming from another brand. And something was delivered today. I don't remember if it was the arch support socks or not. But that's on the way. So I have like 3 things coming in. And y'all know what? It feels good. Because y'all know I'm going to know by. And so to still have new stuff coming in, I'm just like, yes, give me that stuff. The Scandinavia, the Bridal Makeup Finishing Spray. The Makeup Finishing Spray Bridal Formula. I'm waiting for the fan to go by. And the one life I sprayed, it was all going that way when I look back. But I did feel it on my face though. She also had false lashes on. We'll see if some of use the ones I used the last look, which I have not even cleaned the glue off of yet. But even when I clean the glue off, they still be sticky from the glue. So like I don't. So then I'm like, okay, I need to clean them again. All right, so we're gonna get into. Oh, we gotta prime the eye, girl. I was really, yo. You're about to put shrimp on the Barbie. Did you get the jumbo shrimp? Telling you, I always get either the extra large, the jumbo, or the colossal because by the time you cook them, they're gonna be small. So I'm like, if you get the small, like if I get the small ones, they're gonna just be like, no, we ain't doing that. We want some seafood. So this is the Fenty primer. I do think, at first I thought twice about doing this look as a 20s look. So I'm like, it's a smoky look. Like, we all know how to do that. But then I said, you know what? I need to use this palette. Because I know I'm on this journey to rotate everything in a certain amount of time. And so I said, that'll be perfect for this palette. And I do think it is perfect for this palette. Are any of you interested in that new Natasha palette? I know Janet's not. She's like, don't even think I'm gonna get that neutral shit. But is anybody else in here considering purchasing it? As of right now, I do want it, but I have lots of time. So if I do get it, I know Janet, when I was decluttering palettes, she's like, you getting rid of those, but you keeping those boring Natasha palettes. I'm like, they serve a purpose though, which they really do. And so what it came down to is, what am I using? And so the ones, even though they were very beautiful, the lethal ones, I really wasn't using them. But I was using the boring Natasha ones. But I'm going to take Max Paint out in Groundwork. If I do get it, it'll be the end of year when she has her end of year sales, because those sales are amazing. And so if I do get it, it won't be till then. And her stuff seldom is ever limited edition, and so I'm not even concerned about, oh my gosh, when do they run out? I am also going to get Biba again at the end of the year. So whether or not I get this tan palette, I am getting Biba. I miss Biba. I really do. And I didn't think that I would. And yes, Dramatic is over my kit. No, it just launched today, and so nobody actually has it yet. And so that's why I was saying earlier, I think Monday is when we'll start seeing the reviews and the looks and all of that stuff. Because, you know, it just came out today, so nobody has it yet today. If somebody pays for extra, I don't remember if they had early access on Sephora or not. If they did, maybe we'll see some videos Saturday. Maybe. Maybe. I need to take out that 210 brush for when we do our upper lash line. She did have on a black, so let me just take out. I'm gonna use the Inglot black. I seldom use the Inglot black because I automatically just reach for Max Black Mirror Paint Pot. Yo, I got stuff such a way that you gotta move stuff to get the stuff. Oh, that's the blue one. Where's the black one? Is this the black one? It is the black one. Girl. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Morgan's. She's biased because she says I like boring shadows, where other people, they'll be like, oh, this is the best thing ever, and it's just like, girl. And she'll show comparisons against other palettes too, which is great. Because she has, I think, a lot of the Natasha. So this is what Natasha Denona calls my dream palette. I call it Natasha Denona's dream palette. I was just on Sephora, and there are reviews for the tan already. Nobody, my skin tone. Maybe they did get PR. I don't know. I don't know. Because it just launched today. They did have early access, but I don't remember when it was. But if they're incentivized, that means that does mean that they did get it. Her inner corner looked like a light metallic pink, which there isn't one in here. So we're going to use this shade right here. Or we're going to use this shade. Let me see. Because then she has like a goldy type highlight. We're going to put this on the inner part of the lid, and we're going to use this for our highlight. But is that a dual chrome? Because I don't want to put a dual. Yeah, I'm not going to put that. We'll just put this for inner corner, and we'll use it for our tear duct highlight as well. I don't always trust incentivized looks. Like certain people I will, because I have found them to be honest. You like Alicia Archer, Michelle Wang, Morgan Turner, you know. But other people, like, I don't know you. Of course they all love it. Right. It's like, I don't know you. And so I do trust Morgan. And even if it's something she wouldn't get, because something came out when she came out with those quads. Morgan said, these are a drop for me. I'm not going to buy them. If y'all want me to buy one to review, I'll buy it. But she's like, I'm not buying these. And then she got it in PR. And she's like, oh, I didn't know. She said, sometimes they'll email me and sometimes they'll just send it. And so she didn't know that she was even getting it. And she said she is glad that she has them, but she still said, like, for if this isn't your job, meaning YouTube does not pay your bills, she was like, you don't need to get these, especially for $48. She was just like, just get a midi. For at the time they were $69, now they're $72, I believe. So even though she was like, I do like these, I'm glad they sent them, she said, but y'all know I was not going to buy these. She was like, we're not going to buy these. But one Caucasian swatches were very thin and dull looking. Well, I think we're all over. Oh, it was a light pink metallic lid, not the inner corner. So we're going to take this Hourglass number 3 brush. Oh, gee. This is a dual chrome too. But this green and then it's not. I don't know why I thought this palette had the colors I wanted. We're going to take this shade right here. Y'all, this shade is babies. Ugh. And I know it means something for her, but I'm just like, I don't need to be putting babies on my eye. If y'all watch Cocoa Butter, they had a really cute episode today. It was kids, and they were trying each other's sundaes, and I'm like, oh, that is so cute. One was 7, one was 9, I think one was 11. This is what's weird to me. Hey, CM, I saw a message somewhere, but I forget who it was, and they were saying to call them Becky something. I forget. And I know we had talked about that in the live before, but I forgot. I forgot who it was and what the name was. Was that you, CM, or someone else? Yeah, this, okay. It looks like it wants to be hard pan, but it's not. This is her creamy matte formula, and I can tell by how you can see the brush strokes in it when, well, I can see the brush strokes in it when I'm swiping it. Because for real too, y'all, this could be a substitute for the dramatic palette with just less lighter shades in it. But then there are less shades in this palette than in dramatic. And we're going to put a darker shade outer corner and the crease, and we'll be almost done with this look. So it should be a short one tonight. Should be. I don't plan on going on any rants and tangents tonight, so we should be out of here pretty quickly. So now, I had this shade of black for outer corner, but that's a lot. But that would be nice and smoky. So we're going to take, we're actually going to not pack it. We're going to use this brush, which is a fluffy brush, and this is from Sigma. It's their E45, because usually I do take a packer brush for the outer corner. So I'm tapping and turning the brush. Okay, let's see what happens. Alright, so let's just tap it on right now and then use the sides of the brush. I am going to go in with the packer brush so I can get closer to the lash line. Yo, this black is black. Is it called Blackest Black? Yeah, it is called Blackest Black. Wow. And this is with a fluffy brush, y'all. This does a lot for this look, though. I can't tell you that. So we're just sweeping the black over. Oh, man. I know there's some people who they always use a fluffy brush for their lid shades and their outer corner shade. But y'all see me, I gotta pack stuff on. I just like packing stuff on. But that's just me. Hers was rounded, so I already messed up the shape doing what I normally do. This is a nice black. This one and Mario in his Ethereal Eyes Moonlight, that's a really nice black as well. Because sometimes blacks come off like a smoke gray. Anybody in here taking sides in Blushgate? What is the story on Blushgate? Is it the Patrick Ta thing? How he stole somebody's method and said he created this whole new technique? Is that the thing that's going on? Hey, Dawn. We know it ain't much new in the makeup world for somebody to be like, oh, I created this system. Is that what it's about? I was just like, was it Jen Love I was watching? I think it was Jen Love, because she went back to like the person like eons ago that was doing that in videos and in their posts. I was just like, these people want to be doing something new. We're going to take the brush that had the primer and foundation and shadow base on there just to clean up this line. And I do have a dark spot right there, so that's what that is. But it did clean up the, when I went too far down with the shadow. My side is on a person who first did it eons ago. And then it was also Hindash, right? When he did the blush thing, it was like a rectangular shape and it was a gradient of color. He did that too, right? And so, yeah, Patrick Ta definitely is not the first person that thought about how to do a gradient. Hell, I do gradients when I use more than one blush. And I'm not going to be like, oh, look what I made up, y'all. New blush technique. Child, please. We're going to take that same brush that we used to blend out underneath. And we're going to go into this because I just want to get this on my lash line, which is not necessary because we're going to put a black on our upper lash line. So that would have took care of that by itself. I'm going to put that right here. I typically only use this brush to blend out on my lower lash line, but this is a nice brush for that. I used to use it to put color under there because I can get right up under my lower lashes. Does she have some underneath too? I'm gonna just whatever's in the brush. Oh, I just messed up that line. Alright, let's just do that and leave that. I have one here. She had a dark brown transition shade. I do like this look. He's trademarking it though, and that ain't. I disagree with that. I mean, I don't think it's good that he's doing that but the thing is though, even though he's not the first to do it, if he trademarks it, then that makes it his by law. But you know, sometimes law is kind of like, no, that ain't what it is. But yeah, I don't agree with him doing that at all. So there's not really a brown. This is more of like a purple than a brown in person. Do we want to do that though? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Another Sigma E45. Yeah, that's what I disagree with him doing that. There's a speckle of another color in here. I just took it out. We're going to start over here where the black is and then just let some travel over to here. And we know people do that. Some of these brands. I'm thinking now of Pat McGrath. Remember when she was suing all these companies? Well, not all of them. It was like a couple companies because they had the word divine in the title for their product. And she was trying to say, you know, that was her name or her whatever. I mean, anything could be divine. That's a divine sunrise. You gonna sue me for that? But I like this. We are just stepping straight in. I do think it's an injustice to the person that did this eons ago. I do think it's an injustice to Hindash, even though he didn't trademark it though, but he did the same kind of technique just by the nature of what his blush palette was. But by law, he can trademark it because nobody else did. But, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of legal stuff going on lately that I don't agree with. Just look at this administration. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, I don't either, but that's the law. If you trademark it, it's yours, regardless of if you stole it or not. Because the thing is that if I don't have the money to fight you in court for it, you can trademark it. And sometimes it does come down to that. It's like, well, they know, and we've seen that in indie stuff, where it's a small company, they don't have the funds to keep going back and forth to court, so they just fold. We've seen that over the years, and I don't think it's right, but if you can't afford to do it, then, hey, Sons of Ray, we're talking about the Blushgate situation and what we think about Patrick Ta trying to trademark a technique that somebody been doing a long time ago. But we've seen that a lot in the indie realm where a larger company will do something and you know, here come this person from 5 years ago, like, oh, I did that, but they can't afford to keep going back and forth to court. I like this look. Good grief. Yeah, I disagree with that. I think it's disrespectful to the lady, the chick, the girl who was doing this eons ago, and I think it's disrespectful to Hindash. But even Hindash ain't come along and be like, oh, I got this whole technique. He was just like, here's my blush with a gradient of color, and just swipe it and just swipe it. But yeah. But like I said, if the other people don't have the funds to keep going back and forth to court, you know, he'll trademark it and he'll win, so to speak. So she had a brow arch highlight. We're going to use that same shade that we used on our inner lid. We're going to put that under our brow bone. This is going to go under the brow bone. This is a creamy shade too. This is a creamy matte or a cream to powder. That second shade was definitely a cream to powder. Sons of Ray, are you interested in the tan palette that launched today from Natasha? This is her dream palette that I'm using. I am interested in it so far. But if I do get it, it won't be till the end of the year. I do like this look. Somebody will say, oh, that line is harsh. I like it. Damn it. Alright, so lower lash line. I don't have anything for lower lash line, but we do have that liner under there that we did smoke out. E Cosmetics will have it and on sale, I'm sure. I'm gonna wait to the end of the year because her sales at the end of the year be really good. And I want to repurchase Biba. And I want to know by though that ends December 31st. But we do have exemptions. So if we do like really just like, okay, I want to get this, I want to get it, I want to get it. And another one of our rules are even if we do use an exemption to still use a code, coupons, something like that. So still not to pay full price for it. I laughed when I saw your comment on my video about the supplements. That my disclaimer was thorough. It really was. Because y'all know I be reading stuff. Most people don't read. I'm like, damn, like she done it was like this long. I was like, what the hell? I am glad you did that though. Do we want to do lashes? I'm not really feeling lashes. We're gonna wipe off some lip oil. We're gonna line the lips with Max Caviar, which is black, and we're gonna put this on the center because she did have. It looked like she did have one. It looked like a black lip liner, and it looked like a dark purple lipstick, and so that's what made me think of this one from MAC. I do have other blacks, but they're black with something, like a black and purple one. And then a black with emerald green sparkles. Yeah, your disclaimer was like nobody cannot even pretend to think. Oh, I'm definitely gonna do mascara. Definitely. The only time I don't is when I forget, or if I do a black eye look, because then it's like you're not gonna see the mascara anyway. We still need to do upper lash line, girl. So we're taking these two out. Where's my MAC 210? All right, we're gonna do upper lash line and then go back to the lip. I'm forgetting stuff. It's been a day, y'all. I got up earlier than usual. Usually when I do lives, I don't get up until, oh shoot, like 6:30. Sometimes I'll reset it, get up at 7:15. But I got up today at like 4 o'clock because there was stuff I needed to do. And then I got sleepy at like 6 o'clock, and I'm like, damn. Yeah, I'm just tired. Inglot, they don't have numbers. They don't have names, they have numbers. This is number 77. I'm gonna put this on our upper lash line. Yes, I'm tired. Yesterday when I came back from my appointments, I ran errands before I went to the hospital. Went to the post office, mailed out like 6 boxes. So thank you y'all for your patience, those who have been waiting for me to send stuff. So we went there first, and then where did I go? Because it was depending on which way I would go to get on the main highway to the VA hospital, you know, I can hit a lot of the places where I wanted to go. And so it wasn't out of my way to go that way. And then I went to Main Dish, which is a block and across the street from the VA hospital. And so I decided to go there first, because usually after my appointment, I'll circle back. But it was an eye appointment, they were going to dilate my eyes, and I'm just like, no. And they do give me, they call them sunglasses, but they're not. But it's like a sun shield that I can put behind my eyeglass lens. And so that way I can function in the daylight. Even my eyes were still dilated. And so I'm glad that I did get the Main Dish first. And I was going to go to BJ's, but y'all was tired. Because I got up 11 o'clock yesterday. Y'all know I be asleep at 11 o'clock. And so came home. I didn't go to BJ's. I still have more than 3/4 tank of gas. And so I didn't get gas. I did drive past it to see how much it was. And it's still about like $4. and checked my mail. I came home, I ate, I was watching something on TV, and before I knew it, it was watching me. I'm like, girl, get up and go to bed. So I got up and went to bed. She had a little teeny tiny wing. I will say I slept good. But because I got up earlier today than usual, I feel like I'm going to fall asleep quick again, or earlier than usual again. But not being here was not an option. And I do apologize for being late. Yeah, the person called me at like 5 of 8, and I'm just like, I know this phone call is going to be longer than that. And so what I had told her, I was like, oh, I got a text. You know, somebody's asking about your life. She said, oh, girl, I forgot it was your life today. Let me let you go. I'm like, it's okay. But then she was quick to hang up after that. But yeah, it was a situation where you couldn't make a long story short without it being confusing. Because then it'd be like, well, what about this? What about that? So I'm like, okay, let me just say the whole thing. But things are fine. Things are fine. Yeah, because I was just trying to not be frustrated and upset. And so I sent her a short text. Like, if you can you just pray for me not to feel agitated and overwhelmed? She called me. She was like, girl, she be hyped, y'all. She said, girl, what's going on with you? I was like, oh, man. So I told her what was going on. And we talked about it. And there is some good sides to the situation too. And so I said, I just need to focus on that. Because a lot of things, it's the long game. Like right now, there may be some frustrations or some of like, what the fuck? But then long term, it's like, it's going to be good. And I do know that about this situation. And so I was like, I need to just focus on that and just deal with the little bullshit that happens until things even out. And so, yeah. And many things with life is the long game. It's just maintaining my sanity until things balance out. Usually I do mascara over here first. I'm all out of sorts today. Time for fireworks is over, person. Is today Thursday or Friday? Because I really don't know. You let your niece put on some Too Faced Clear Lip Injection Extreme. She was not a fan. Wipe it off quick. So what you can do is when she want to wear one of your other glosses, be like, it's like that one you tried that burn your lips. So she won't want to use it. I bought one by accident. I didn't realize it said plumping on it. I was just looking at the color. And when I got home and I tried it, I'm like, oh, hell no. That same day, y'all, I went right back to the store. And I'm like, I need to return this. She was like, why? I said, because I didn't want plumping and it burned. She was like, yeah, a lot of people don't like this one. I said, I wish you would have saw me pick it up when I was here earlier and told me that. Oh my gosh, today is Friday. Y'all know I don't be knowing what day of the week it is. My lip. Then we'll be done, y'all. Caviar from MAC, their lip line. I need to sharpen it. I kind of like it like this. When it's rounded versus when it's pointy. I got sensitive lips. That reminded me of something. I sent somebody a message that some dude had sent me, and I asked him a question, and he was like, never mind. I was cracking up. Because some people say stuff trying to be coy or trying to be sexual without being sexual with what they say. I went for it on purpose. They couldn't handle it. They were like, never mind. And that was so funny to me. That was so funny to me. That was so funny to me. So this is a lip liner. My lips are not symmetrical. And when I do a dark lip, it accentuates that they're not symmetrical. For me, I don't try too hard. I do think my brows look somewhat. This is a little over here and this is further in. But I do think they look better than some other days. And I'm like, they look okay. And I watch it back. I'm like, girl, one is over here, one up here, one down here. Like, what the hell? This is High Drama, also from MAC. It did plump her lips though. The thing is, it's like, I don't mind plumping or whatever, but you don't need to, because what that is doing is causing a negative reaction. That's what causes the plumping. When you have that burning, that's a negative reaction. Because when is burning good? Tell me that. When is burning ever good? It's not. But I can say about the City Beauty plumping lip glosses that I don't use anymore. I wasn't looking for them to plump, but they actually do. And what I noticed is, like, now, you can see the lines in my lips where I didn't fill it in. You can see these lines. I put on that lip gloss. 5 minutes later, you cannot see those lines. So it didn't make my lips plumper, like, but for me, because I do like the fullness of my lips as they are. You won't see these lines. When I would use that lip gloss, you wouldn't see those lines after like 5 minutes. And so they did plump. And it didn't burn. It was a very slight, maybe is it there, not sure, tingle to it for like maybe 30, 45 seconds. And then it would go away. And their lip oil, this is plumping lip oil. I don't know if it does or not. And sometimes if something is shiny, it'll just make it look different than it is. So it's like, I don't know if this actually works, but I do know it's a lip oil. I fell in love with lip oil using these. That's why I got all these MAC lip oils. Put a thin layer of balm on first. It's on your chapstick instead of... Listen. Yesterday being a long day, it was. Oh, what I wanted to do too, post office main dish, and then there's a VCS, Veteran Canteen store, Patriot store. And I wanted to go in there because I have a Army veteran sticker on the back of my car that's has started peeling. It's been on there for maybe like 2-3 years. So I said I want to go in there and just get some new ones. And so that's another reason I left home earlier than usual. Post office, pick up food, go to the Patriot store, excuse me, which is in the hospital. So it wasn't at all out the way. It was just on a different floor. Not a big deal. Use the elevator, right? Yep. And they had those shields you put over your windshield for when it's sunny so it don't get hot in your car. So they had an Army one. So I got that, and I got the things for the back. And I had forgot to put this on before I left home. And I'm like, damn, my lips are dry. So I'm like, do you have any chapstick? And she said, here. And I'm like, how much is it? She's like, it was $175. I said, okay. Y'all, how come there's still a chapstick in my bag that's inside of my bag? And so the chapstick, I ain't even open it. I was tired. I ain't even open it. I got chapstick in my bag, in a bag that's in my bag that I had with me. So I put that one on and didn't open this one. So this might go somewhere. I don't know. Probably will with some other stuff. But I was just like, girl, you know you always have a lip chapstick bomb something somewhere. And I done bought the damn thing. So when I was waiting for them to call me for my appointment, I'm like, wait a minute. So I put the chapstick one I already had. That was already open. This is pretty. This is my favorite liquid lip formula. I know that I usually go over the lip liner line, but we're not today. Because it was obvious that she had on a black lip liner. This is pretty. I done bought another chapstick. I'm just like, what the hell? Girl. There was a time I would leave Slippery in my bag. This is their MAC Lip Glass Cushion High Pigment Lip Oil. And the shade is Slippery, mid-tone pink with pearl. I used to keep that in my bag. But then if I was here and I was going to put it on instead of the City Lips Oil, I would be like, where is it? Oh, it's in my bag. So I started putting it here. And then I left home and forgot to put anything on my lips. Y'all know I keep stuff for my lips. This is nice and vampy. I'm going over the line just a little bit, but not all the way to cover all of my lip line. because I want the color of the lipstick to show a little bit more than it is. I like it. This is it, y'all. Another short live. What? What is happening? Is this my doppelganger? What happened to Dion? She being quick today. So this is this. Today is Friday, you said, right? So tomorrow, that's going to be a long one. If y'all can't make it, replay crew is amazing. So don't feel bad about if you can't make it tomorrow. I am excited about that look. It is going to be a creative look. I think I'm going to do like this and smudge my lipstick. Not sure yet. But anyway, and I was thinking of doing my eyeshadow look with my hands too. Thank you, Janet. Because it was like 6 or 7 different things we can choose from. And she said choose at least 2. So one was smoke/smudge. And I'm like, y'all know I like smudgy, smoky stuff. And one was red, one was glitter. I'm like, I got both. I could do glitter and do red. But with the smoke/smudge, I'm like, do I want to smudge my lipstick? She said, choose however many you want. Just make sure it's obvious that that's what you chose. And I know you'll see glitter. They'll see a smear or a smudge. Or even like this is smoky. They know it's smoky. So we'll see though. But we're going to go for now. Thank you, Vampy girl. Oh yeah, this is you right here, right? That's exciting. Thank you so much. And so we're going to go. We'll be back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to do a somewhat creative makeup look because we're going to add, extra stuff. So, but thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you. New people, thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Consider joining the channel membership. Like the live. And for all of you, thumbs up. Consider hyping it if you can. Share it if you feel like you want to. And we will be back tomorrow. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. Yes, right? I love Vampy. I really do. Thank you, Vampy girl. So as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me tomorrow, y'all. Bye.